In this video, I'm going to show you 3 tips that you can start applying today so that you can start seeing improvements in your focus gradually over the next 30 days. What's up, everyone? My name's Zane, and today we're going to be talking about focus. Now, focus is a very broad topic and a topic which I think a lot of people want to learn more about. It's a topic which a lot of people want to apply in their life to get better at. They want to get better at focus or concentration or whatever it may be. And it's a topic which I do feel a lot of us feel like we don't have. It's a thing or a trait, you could say, which we think we don't have. And it might be because we might find ourselves trying to sit down and read a book and we aren't able to read a book. We sit down for 5 minutes, read, and then we get distracted by our phone, or we get distracted by a certain thought or an emotion or something that's outside, or someone calling you, or whatever it may be, right? So we feel like we don't have that kind of focus. We might be at work and we're trying to do our work, we're trying to do our job, a spreadsheet, whatever it may be, and something distracts us. Maybe a conversation with a friend, or these small little things, and we find it might be difficult for us to do that. And so when it comes down to maybe getting shit done, it's like, shit, like, how do I get it done when I can't even focus properly? And that was something I definitely struggled with when I was younger as well, especially when it came down to my studies at the time. This was back when I was at uni. I was distracted very easily. I'd scroll on Instagram, I'd scroll on YouTube, I'd go downstairs, talk to my friends, cook a meal for the sake of cooking a meal just because I wanted to not do any work. It was these kind of things which over time would start stacking. So I started to apply a few things over time, and these are there's a lot of things that didn't work and there's a lot of things that did work. But the 3 tips I'm about to give you today are, and I'm going to explain and go through them. These tips could work for everyone. They can work for any single person. It doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, how you think you operate. This will improve your focus in almost all areas of life. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Tip number 1, journaling. Now, journaling is something which, when I started to do, I started to see drastic shifts in my thinking, because the most important thing with journaling allows you to get your thoughts out in front of you. Let's take an idea, right? We get an idea from our head and we put it down onto paper. In our heads, an idea is one thing. When we get it down onto paper, we might look at it and say, shit, that's actually really good. Or we might look at it and say, you know what? Now that I just kind of see it in front of me, I'm not entirely sure. Because what happens is that your brain starts to think, and as you're writing these things down, you're dumping it from your brain onto a piece of paper. Right? Subconsciously something happens. So when you start to journal, whether it be thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions which you're feeling that day, positive or negative, when you get it down onto paper, or if you're typing it, either or, I do a combination of both personally. But when you do that, what starts to happen is that it comes in front of you and you can start to automatically come up with solutions. If there's a problem you get down onto paper, your brain will start coming up with solutions once you get that problem down onto paper. Because usually when we put the problem down, we're asking ourselves a question. How can I solve this problem? How can I solve it could be focus. Now, how can I solve my ability how can I improve my focus? It's a problem you have, which is, you don't have great focus. You could write that down. What can I do to improve my focus? And all of a sudden, you can just start writing things out. One thing I will say, which is great to do, is with journaling, you can start with this. This will help. It's kind of like a double whammy, I guess. Write down what distracts you on a day-to-day basis, because distractions alone will create a lack of focus. So you can journal and write down on a piece of paper, in a journal, book, whatever it may be, what distracts me on a day-to-day basis. What distracts you from getting shit done? What distracts you from getting the things that you want to get done in a day? It could be something so small, such as your phone is beside you while you're studying. You're studying a certain business topic or whatever it may be. It could be you're at school, you're at university, and you're studying, and you're trying to write this stuff down, and you're trying to get this information in and download this information into your brain, but you're having distractions such as your phone and other things. It could be a friend or a family member, or whatever it is. Write those things down. Write those things down. Write down what you think your distractions are, and your brain will start to get going. And as you get more and more ideas down, your brain will start to think of more things. So number one, guys, it's journaling. And what I would say you could start with is just simply writing down some distractions. Number two is meditating. This is definitely another one I've mentioned before as well. And meditating is, it changed my life. It's changed many people's lives, and I see any person who's successful in some way, shape, or form, they will do a version of meditation. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 50 minutes, it could be 2 hours. I don't know. It depends on the person. Meditating will help channel your focus, because meditating alone is practicing focus. The best way to develop a skill is to use it. You think about training a muscle at the gym. You don't get biceps by just training it once. You have to train it every single day or a few times in a week. You have to consistently use it. And I'm not saying overtrain it, I'm just saying use it consistently. So you may practice focus through meditation every single day. There are certain, I think, meditations that you can do which can help improve focus. There's meditations for gratitude, there's meditations for mindfulness, there's meditations for focus, for work, for love, for raising consciousness. There's so many different meditations. You can start by meditating for 5 minutes a day. If you can't do 5 minutes, I would just try to do 2 minutes. Do 1 minute. Just try for 1 minute and just see how you feel. Do 2 minutes, then do 5 minutes, then do 10 minutes. And after a week, if you just gradually increase after a week from, let's say, 2 minutes to 10 minutes in a week, you're going to start to realize that, shit, like I can even, just by that meditation, I can start to feel some improvements. There's a guy called, I think, Aaron Doughty. He's a very he's a great YouTuber. I think he's got over 1 million YouTube subscribers. He talks about sort of law of attraction. I think that's really his topic. I think he said in one of his videos that he used to have ADHD, and the way he got rid of ADHD is that he started meditating. So that's a great example. For me, when I started meditating, there's definitely certain things that I quit, like smoking and drinking, but the main thing for me was that I had this ability to be better focused on my work. So meditating will definitely help you do that, and there's tons of other benefits. I think it helps decrease blood pressure, helps you breathe properly, it makes you feel more happy, just generally. I think it helps digestive system, like your digestive system. I don't know, it somehow relates to the gut, but we know the brain and the gut are connected in some way. So look, there's so many health improvements, or health benefits, should I say, for meditating. But if you just want to focus on focus, then meditating is a great way to do that, because it's the first thing you do in the morning, and you're training your brain to stay focused just for even 5 minutes or 10 minutes in the morning. So that's number two. Okay, the third and final one. This ties in very well to essentially the other two that we've been talking about. And number three is actually building empowering habits. What do you mean by building empowering habits? It means essentially this. Pick a habit which you know will benefit your life, which you know has benefited other people's lives, and start applying that in your life. For me, when I had zero focus, I wasn't even meditating at the time, and not consistently anyways. What I did was, instead of meditating, I said, what's one thing I can do? Just one thing I can start by doing. And it was taking a cold shower. I hated it. I still hate it to this day. I don't like taking a cold shower. I'm not one of those weirdos that actually gets this sickening pleasure by taking a cold shower. I don't like taking them, but I take them because especially the first thing in the morning, as soon as I get up in that first 20 minutes, it wires my brain to say, when I say we do something, we're fucking doing it. There is no ifs, there is no buts. We are doing it. We are making it happen. And when I say that to my brain, as much as I don't want to do it, I get into that shower and I take that cold shower. When I come out of that cold shower, I'm wired in a way where I just get shit done throughout the day. Like, I'll write down my goals for the day. If it's 2 goals, if it's 6 goals, it doesn't matter. I will make sure I get the things that I want to get done in the day. And that in itself actually helps focus, right? Now, that was for me just an empowering habit. For you, it might not be cold showers. I don't have to say you have to take cold showers, but find something. It could be taking meditating and using that as building an empowering habit. I'm not saying take 5 or 6 different habits and implement them all at once. Look, the power of compounding effect. Okay, the power of compounding effect. What I want to actually do is actually show you what compound interest looks like. So we're going to do 1% better every single day for 365 days. Okay, so we're going to improve by 1% a day over 365 days. Let's see how much of a difference that makes. People think that doesn't make a huge difference, but let's just check this out. So if we check this out right here, we've got 1.01 to the power of 365. That equals 37.78. So over 1 year, by doing 1% a day for 365 days, you become 37 times more better. Guys and girls, 37 times more better over a year by improving 1% a day. This is the power of compound interest. It is insane what can happen. So if you find one habit, implement that in your life, do it on a daily basis, you will start to see your life change. You will start to see your focus shift. You will start to see your focus become better. And over time, it will just become a compound habit. It will start very slowly, but over time, you will just start to see this snowball effect. And your focus will be improving tenfold over time. Your ability to get shit done will be better, and you'll just find that life will become better because of that. But I need you to stay consistent. That's the biggest thing. I need you to stay consistent. That doesn't require focus. You don't need to be focused to stay consistent. Consistency is meditating for 5 minutes a day, every day. That's it. That's not focus. You need to focus for those 5 minutes, but it's consistency. That's what you need. So with that being said, I hope this video served you, and until the next one, much love and peace out.